So, with an eye on saving with 6ABC, Consumer Reports has sifted through egg labels to reveal what they actually mean and whether it's worth paying.
It started with a viewer who couldn't figure out why her morning omelets suddenly felt dull and tasteless. Same recipe, same pan, until she switched the brand. The nutrient difference in certain factory-farmed eggs shocked her doctor. In today's list, we'll reveal the 4 cartons that quietly cut nutritional corners, plus the 4 that actually defend your health. By the end, you'll never grab value brand eggs without a second look. Number 1 great value. Walmart cage eggs. You think a $2 carton is a bargain, but what if every omelet cost you nutrients you never knew you lost? The great value cage eggs earn their price tag by doing everything faster. Faster laying cycles, faster processing, faster turnover. But none of that speed favors nutrition. These production systems focus on quantity, not the quality of feed that supports healthy hens. When the birds are kept in tight cages and fed identical rations every day, there's no chance for the variety that builds nutrient-rich eggs. Cage housing limits movement so severely that the hens burn almost no energy. That may sound efficient, but it comes with a hidden consequence. Chronic stress triggers higher fat oxidation, dulling the color of the yolk and muting its nutrient yield. Research shows that stressful environments can suppress the conversion of feed nutrients into vitamins that end up in the egg itself. So while the shell may look the same, what's inside can differ in subtle but crucial ways. Feed uniformity is another silent downgrade. Corn-soy blends dominate these diets, leaving out key fatty acids that normally boost omega-3 content. Without sunlight or a mixed diet, hens synthesize less vitamin D, and the yolks show it. Paler tone, lower carotenoid levels, weaker lutein. Those losses directly matter for your eyes, heart, and cell protection. Each missing pigment isn't just color, it's a missing safety line for your body. Here's the kicker. Great value eggs still give you protein, but the payoff stops there. They fill your stomach, not your micronutrient needs. The ultimate cost isn't the carton price, but the nutrition left on the table. And if you think paying a bit more guarantees better eggs, wait until you see the next so-called premium brand that falls for the same trap. Number 2, Eggland's Best Classic. Non-organic. That red stamp on the carton claims superior nutrition. But what's really fueling it isn't sunlight or soil. It's a feed formula. Eggland's Best Classic builds its entire promise around fortified diets for hens. Instead of richer environments or open foraging, the birds get laboratory-measured pellets loaded with synthetic vitamins. That feed can raise certain nutrient levels in the egg, but the origin of those nutrients matters as much as the numbers printed on the label. When a chicken's diet comes only from fortified grain, you get a chemical supplement approach rather than a natural cycle. Your body doesn't always absorb these manufactured boosts the same way it handles nutrients produced in balanced whole foods. It's like paying for a multivitamin that skips the fiber and minerals packed into real greens. Eggs from such controlled systems can deliver consistency, yet they flatten variety. The eggs remain stable, but the complexity that supports full nutrient absorption is missing. The trade-off is subtle. Tightly scripted feed produces eggs that look reliable with even shell color and uniform yolk tone. But the diversity that outdoor diets create never has a chance to develop. Sunlight triggers both hens and humans to build natural vitamin D differently than any lab formula can. The insects and mixed seeds that pasture birds eat contribute fatty acids unavailable in synthetic mixes. When those natural sources disappear, you lose that broad nutritional harmony. So the classic line keeps its promise on paper while missing the natural rhythm of nutrition itself. It's an egg assembled from a recipe rather than built by nature. And here's the kicker. If every hen in conventional housing eats the same fortified grain, even bargain eggs from other sources can end up nutritionally similar to the supposed premium pick. Number 3, Kroger Value Eggs. You open the carton and see the same off-white shells, same safe-sounding label language, but what's missing is the nutrient density you're paying for in any real food. Kroger Value Eggs come from private label contracts built to guarantee price, not nutrition. That supply chain depends on massive operations where hens live indoors full-time and eat the same factory-mixed grain every day. It's a system designed for uniform output, not the complexity that real diets create. Those feed blends center on corn and soy. Cheap, predictable, and easy to store. But they lack key minerals and fatty acids that hens would normally get from foraging seeds, greens, and insects. Without those extras, the finished eggs show what experts call nutrient dilution, meaning less vitamin D, choline, and lutein per bite. The yolks look fine, but the natural pigment and antioxidant support never formed in the first place. It's like cutting a multivitamin in half before you swallow it. Still there, just weaker. Environmental pressures add another cost. Tight housing, recycled air, and shorter turnover times push the limits of freshness. Each stage in that line trims safety margins, still passing inspections but leaving smaller windows before subtle oxidation sets in. Even the cleanest production can't stop nutrient loss when light, heat, and shelf time stretch long enough. By the time you crack an egg, it's technically fresh, yet chemically tired. Here's the truth. These eggs meet every legal standard, yet they don't meet your body's standard for nourishment. You get calories and basic protein, but the deeper vitamins fade fast. That everyday low price ends up trading genuine nutrition for reliability on paper. And the next discount darling lining the shelf follows the same script, just dressed in a different carton. Number 4. Aldi Gold Hen Conventional Eggs. You grab a dozen for convenience, but these eggs tell a quiet story of lost potential. Aldi's Gold Hen Conventional line comes from massive industrial flocks. These hens live in dense spaces where movement is limited, and every day is the same routine. Controlled light, fixed feed, no sunlight. The system guarantees output, but the trade-off is subtle. Consistency replaces natural nutrition. Industrial feed works like an assembly formula. It keeps the hens alive, productive, and efficient, but it starves the process of spontaneity. Those rations deliver the calories hens need without the nutrients they'd gain from green leaves, seeds, and insects. That missing variety means fewer natural building blocks for choline and vitamin D, two of the strongest links between eggs and human health. Choline supports memory and nerve function. Vitamin D keeps your bones strong. When hens stay under constant roofs, they can't make or pass those nutrients at the same rate. You can often see the loss before you taste it. Crack one open and the yolk looks pale, not gold. That lighter color signals fewer carotenoids, plant pigments that should have found their way into the yolk from a foraging diet. Without those pigments, lutein drops too, and with it goes a layer of natural protection for your heart and eyes. It's not contamination or neglect, it's design. Every egg meets safety codes, yet the flavor and nutrition fade halfway to your plate. Think of it as buying a battery at half charge. It still works, just not for long. Aldi's Gold Hen eggs cook safely and fill you up, but the nutrient payback is smaller than you'd expect from a real food source. The carton wins the price war, but biologically, the trade isn't worth it. Next, let's see what happens when hens actually get to roam. Number 5. Vital Farms Pasture Raised. Finally, eggs that act like the ones your grandparents ate. Vital Farms' pasture-raised system brings hens back into sunlight, grass, and soil. These birds roam wide spaces where they peck at seeds, nibble greens, and chase insects. Behaviors missing in confined housing. That natural foraging builds more than color. It builds chemistry. The nutrients inside those eggs come from what the hens actually gather from the land each day. Most people assume pasture-raised just means a darker yolk. But that shade signals an entirely different nutrient spectrum. When hens eat living plants and bugs and soak up real sunlight, they pass the benefit on to you. Vitamin D levels climb, omega-3 fats increase, and the egg's antioxidant load multiplies. Those joins, sun exposure plus diverse diet, make a true difference for bone strength, heart health, and immune support. The results aren't random either. Independent testing keeps finding stronger nutrient counts across pasture-raised systems again and again. Here's the truth. The outdoor environment acts like a natural supplement factory. Every blade of grass, every seed, every bit of sunlight adds a trace element the birds can convert into useful nutrients. Without needing synthetic feed add-ins, these eggs develop balance on their own. The fats stay healthier, the yolk color deepens, and even taste follows suit. Richer, rounder, more complete. And that nutrition doesn't come with a higher environmental bill. Producing eggs takes far less land and water than beef or dairy, making Vital Farms a smarter protein choice when sustainability matters. You get denser nutrients while trimming your footprint. a rare win-win in modern food production. Bottom line, Vital Farms eggs give your body what it expects from real food: solid protein, natural vitamins, and clean flavor. If you're upgrading one grocery habit, start here. Want the truth about what's really safe? Subscribe now so you won't get fooled. Number 6, Happy Egg Company, free range. When hens roam, their eggs show it before you ever taste them. Happy Egg Co.'s free-range farms give birds open ground and sunlight, a major upgrade from closed barns. Free range means outdoor access, not full-time pasture, but that limited freedom shifts everything inside the shell. The hens move, scratch, and peck through short grass, picking up seeds and insects that grain feed alone can't provide. That extra variety colors each yolk deeper and loads it with active nutrients you can actually notice. Here's the truth. Diet diversity and light exposure do what synthetic additives try to copy. Mixed feed combined with natural foraging builds higher carotenoid levels, the very compounds that give each yolk its strong color and antioxidant punch. Those same pigments carry lutein, which supports eye and cellular health. Free-range sunlight also lets the birds synthesize vitamin D directly in their skin, something indoor systems can't reproduce chemically. The result is moderate but reliable lifts in vitamin D and choline, two nutrients adults often fall short on. Controlled grazing adds another layer of precision. Farmers rotate the access areas to keep the grass healthy and the hens engaged, which stabilizes fat quality without pushing costs up. Consumer testing reflects that balance. Free-range eggs tend to score consistently better for those key vitamins without turning into luxury items. You end up paying a modest premium for measurable nutrition rather than marketing fluff. Happy Egg Co. lands squarely in that middle territory between affordability and integrity. The brand links welfare, balanced feed, and traceable sourcing into a dependable upgrade from industrial cartons. Labels on these eggs carry third-party certification that actually verifies outdoor time and diet standards. Real accountability behind every purchase. And once you see how that oversight protects quality, the next step becomes clear: going even further with certified organic production. Number 7, Pete and Gerry's Organic. Some brands protect your nutrition through soil and seed, not slogans. Pete and Gerry's Organic is built on that difference. Their flocks eat feed grown without synthetic pesticides, herbicides, or genetically modified crops, a level of purity locked into federal organic rules. Every kernel that goes into their hens has to be certified organic first. That's not just paperwork. It sets a hard limit on what residues ever reach the yolk. When the diet is clean, the nutrients stay cleaner too. You notice the price is a bit higher, but that extra cost has a reason. Cheaper feed from industrial systems carries traces of chemicals designed to kill weeds and fungus. Those residues don't vanish instantly. They can follow the feed through the hen to the egg. Organic feed skips that shortcut entirely. The payoff shows up in trace minerals that actually survive the production chain. Elements like selenium and zinc, which help protect your cells from everyday stress. Studies have found that diverse, pesticide-free feed environments help retain more of these compounds inside the egg. You spend more up front, but less gets lost in translation. Organic certification also controls how those hens live. Smaller flock sizes, mandatory outdoor access, and tighter hygiene standards keep contamination low. Cleaner barns and prompt refrigeration mean fresher eggs with nutrients still intact weeks after purchase. Under refrigeration below 40 degrees, their internal quality holds much longer than the average supermarket carton. That stability is why organic eggs often taste richer and perform better in cooking. The proteins and fats haven't broken down under prolonged storage stress. Bottom line, Pete and Gerry's connects feed purity to measurable nutritional steadiness. Fewer contaminants, steadier micronutrients, and stricter oversight add real value beyond the label design. It's a smart buy when you want higher cost to mean lower risk. Next comes the final tier: enhanced nutrition through targeted omega-3 support. Number 8, Organic Valley Omega-3 eggs. Here's where nutrition becomes engineering for your benefit. Organic Valley's omega-3 eggs use feed science to reshape what ends up in your meal. The hens eat a purposeful diet built from flaxseed, algae, or fish oil, ingredients chosen to increase the omega-3 fatty acids inside the yolk. That's not marketing talk, it's biology in action. When the bird's feed contains these fats, the nutrient content in the egg shifts toward heart-healthy balance instead of the heavier omega-6 fats most diets already oversupply. You wouldn't treat these eggs as supplements, though. While each egg can provide anywhere from about 100 to several hundred milligrams of omega-3s, you'd need a whole basket to match a capsule's dose. Still, 1 or 2 eggs in a meal move your fat ratio in the right direction, and that steady correction matters over time. The longer your body runs on a better ratio, the less strain falls on your cardiovascular system. It's a practical fix that fits naturally into breakfast instead of the medicine cabinet. The careful feed plan doesn't replace natural foraging, it complements it. Good producers use grains enriched with flax and marine sources alongside outdoor access. That combination gives hens multiple channels to build fatty acids while keeping their diet clean and organic. It's a controlled step forward, not another shortcut. For older adults or anyone skipping fish, these eggs close a real gap. They help cover the same category of nutrients that wild salmon or sardines provide. Essential lipids linked to brain and heart protection. When you compare that function to low-end eggs grown from plain corn-soy diets, the contrast is enormous. Organic Valley's omega-3 line represents food technology done right, tested stability, stronger fats, and clear ethics guiding production. Cheap versus safe isn't theory here. It's the difference your cells can measure directly. Bottom line, the cheapest eggs hit price goals, not nutrition goals. The real cost hides in what your body doesn't get. Feed quality, hen welfare, and proper handling decide how much nutrition survives from farm to fork. When hens eat natural feed, move freely, and get sunlight, their eggs hold real vitamins and stable fats. Even a simple care, like storing cartons on a fridge shelf, not the door, helps keep nutrients intact longer. Eggs stay one of the most efficient proteins you can buy, but only if you pick the right carton. Subscribe now and I'll show you what to avoid and what's actually safe.